Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Wild Nation in the building. Yeah, you know what to do. Roll up. It's time for the blunt ratings. Gruss, what up?
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke. Talk to him. We want the smoke. We want the smoke. Come on, Charlie.
We doing dynamite. We doing dynamite because dynamite was so dynamite. What's going on, y'all? We go talk about dynamite real quick, and I'm gonna get up off of here so I can log right back on and play some WWE 2K. That game is fire, by the way. I don't know if we've talked. I don't even know if I've mentioned that. WWE 2K is fire this year. Yes, I know. Just relax. My hairline is back. Just relax. I know. I have hair. It's there. It's all back now. So let's just relax. I got waves again. It's not important right now. We're just gonna just left the barber. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? My shit ain't crispy like it used to be, but it's still nice though. You know what I mean? So we gonna talk about Dynamite, man. We had a loaded episode of Dynamite last night. That shit was pretty fucking entertaining. Survey says another one for the good guys. You already know what it is. Gruss, thanks for stopping through as always, my guy. So let's talk about these promos and backstage segments. Let's talk about these promos and backstage segments, shall we? Keith Lee and Team Taz were backstage talking shit to each other. They still don't like him going to his school because, apparently he don't even go here. They might as well just do that. You know what I mean? They just steal the Bianca shit, and it's basically what they're doing to Keith Lee. That was that. Well, that wasn't technically that because fucking Acclaim was back there. But that was, we'll talk about that in a minute. It was 2 separate segments. But the Young Bucks were taunting Dax and Cash. I think they're about to start this feud again because obviously Dax and Cash, they fired Tully. They kind of hinted at fucking Bret Hart. They keep saying, dropping little Bret Hart references or whatever, saying his name blatantly. So I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, it looks like they're about to start, this feud up again because, Young Bucks just taunting them like, oh, you'll always be the second best tag team in AEW. And I'm just like, you don't have the belts. And Moxley and Bryan Danielson are a team now. I know they just started, but I'm just saying. Just saying. It's a loaded division. And I mean, obviously, the Young Bucks, technically, they are number one. They fucking EVPs of the company. So, they are the number 1 tag team, technically. But, you know what I'm saying. I think the champion should always be considered the number 1 tag team. I thought, it was a decent little segment. And Dax Cash just sat there and looked dejected like, fuck. He got us. You know what I mean? That was kind of weird. I thought they would have a comeback, but they didn't. Then after that, that's when we saw the Acclaim. They got greeted by Team Taz. Max Caster was saying he's a no-limit soldier for some reason. And I don't know if he was spitting bars or if he was just talking and it wasn't rhyming. I don't know what was happening. It was just awkward for a minute. It wasn't like him. It was awkward. And then Ricky Starks comes out when he was doing the whole, Acclaim thing. Ricky Starks came in and grabbed his fingers. Not Max Caster, but the other one. I forget his name sometimes. But yeah, he grabbed his fingers and was like, yo, I need you two motherfuckers to do what you're supposed to do, what I'm trying to do, and get these new motherfuckers up out of here. You know what I mean? And Acclaim was like, yeah. And then that's when I love this entrance into, like, this was perfect. It was kind of weird because he was like, was he just standing there, like, watching him off camera? Because he got there so fast. But anyways, it's neither here or there. Swerve pulled up, swerved onto the scene, and was like, oh, so you don't like new motherfuckers, huh? Is that what it is? So how about me pulling up to Rampage this weekend, winning main event in my first match? You ain't like that, this cause whose house is it? Swerve's house. You know what I mean? So it was. I like that. It kind of like like Swerve be needing to cut his promos off like one line early. It's like always the last line that fucks it up. And stop blowing kisses at men. Stop it. I don't want you blowing kisses at me. Stop it. And it's. Yeah, it's like he be killing it, and then like the last couple lines will just tail off. It's just like he trying to say some extra stuff. It's like when a nigga run out of bars and he just repeat the last bar of the verse. I don't know how to. I'm gonna just repeat it. It's gonna sound like an echo. That's lazy, nigga. Think of something like script your promo better. But yeah, it was still a good interaction between those five gentlemen backstage. Hobbs was back there with Ricky Starks. So yeah. Then we had probably my favorite promo of the night. Definitely my favorite promo of the night. Chris Jericho's back. I don't know what to say about this dude. I don't know what to say about Chris Jericho. Like, I have mixed emotions about this dude. He's like, he's out here with the beer belly and looked like the sprayed on abs at one point and was getting kind of, corny for a little bit. You know what I mean? With the inner circle getting a little stale, at one point. Just because, they've been around for so long, just kind of wanted to see something happen with the dynamic of the group, I guess. They were doing their thing still. But this shit last night was fire. Chris Jericho just once again, damn it, he showed that he is a genius. I hate it. He's like the Kanye West of professional wrestling. He's like a crazy son of a bitch, and he's annoying as fuck a lot of the time, but he's literally one of the greatest to ever do what he's doing. And like, there's an argument for him to being the actual best. Like, it's an argument. Like, I wouldn't say, but it's an argument. So it's like, he came out with the Jericho Appreciation Society. Mind you, it's an important point to note, the crowd was singing his song still loud as fuck, probably louder than they were singing it when he was a babyface. Jericho as a heel is just better. You know what I mean? He is just better. Damn it, I still haven't checked those pictures. I am going to check those pictures 100%. I need to put the email in the chat, and then y'all can just send me this shit. It's like, that's what I need. Or DM me on Instagram or something, goddammit. But yeah. So Jericho Appreciate Society came out, and Jericho, he had 2.0 with him. He changed their names. He said that was a stupid name by Bad Creative. That's one of his lines that he's used about another company, which we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so he changed their names, gave them their real names. I guess those are their real names. I think one Angelo. I don't fucking know what the names are. We'll get used to seeing them. They're just regular ass names at this point. But they're better than 2.0, whatever the fuck that their tag team name was before. Now they're just a part of the JAS. And Jericho went through and shouted out everybody in the crew. I didn't know this, but Dante Martin actually got in a car accident before he was ever even anybody in professional wrestling, just on the indie scene. And Chris Jericho donated a bunch of money to those guys before he even knew him, just hearing about it to help those guys recover. And yeah, and now they're in a fucking group together. That's long-term booking. I don't think it was meant to happen that way, but it worked out. That's a great fucking story. Obviously Jake Hager is there, and they all, he showed Jake Hager love. Jake's always been by his side, obviously. And 2.0, he got them a shot, in the business when, they got fired or some shit. So they all have reasons to appreciate Chris Jericho. It was the point of the entire promo, and we should too, because you know why everybody gets to sing Judas? It's because of Chris Jericho, because if it was up to them, they wouldn't get to sing shit. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, this promo was great, and then it went from like here, like it was here, and then it just said that shit said Jericho said, oh, that's not good enough. That's regular. I got you. Because this nigga just became the greatest troll of all time. God God, he's so good. It's frustrating. I don't even know why it's frustrating. I like Chris Jericho. It's just, God, he could be a very easy dude to dislike when he's not performing well. You know what I mean? Because he's just like, oh, you prick. You like do seem like an asshole in real life, but when he's playing a heel, it just fits because it's just like it seems natural. So it's just like, he's so good at it. But this motherfucker said, you know what y'all problem is, blah, blah, blah. It's because y'all these wrestlers out here think they're ain't good. See, the difference between them and us is that they're wrestlers and we're sports entertainers. Oh, fuck. You just seen the minds in the crowd. You just seen everybody's brains starting to lock up. It was like, do not compute. What professional sports entertain? It's wrestling. It's wrestling. He got booed like shit. Obviously, that was a troll he was doing towards WWE and the whole, WWE. You guys know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to explain that, but yeah, it was hilarious. And then Dante Martin got on the mic. He was like, because Dante Martin is obviously a wrestler's wrestler. So it's like, he got on the mic, was like, hold up. You mean to tell me that you're going to sit up here with a straight face and tell me that you're not a wrestler, you're a sports entertainer? Word? You know what that means then. It means I'm a sports entertainer too, bitch. Let's go. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, Dante, that one fucking 30-second promo made you a sports entertainer. And goddamn it, that was the best acting and best fucking sports entertainment I've fucking seen from this dude in his entire career. That shit was... Why did I say Dante Martin? Why who ain't correct? Well, y'all let me say Dante. I said that shit like 4 times. Fucking Daniel Garcia. You know, they kind of look alike. No, they don't. I'm just racist. Was Dante even on the show? He wasn't even on the show last. I don't even know why I'm thinking of fucking the Martin brothers. It was Daniel Garcia. But yeah, Daniel Garcia. That shit was fucking hilarious, yo. I was like, yes, Daniel, you have made it. You have fucking made it. You are a sports entertainer now. He's officially a all-around professional wrestler. We already know what he can do in the ring. Yeah, he's a crazy guy. You know what I mean? So that one line made me, like, Jericho gets people over. What the fuck? Like, you can't deny what this dude is anymore. It's crazy. You just can't deny what he is. Jericho is we know he's a legend, but he's a motherfucking genius. And he acknowledged it. Yep, here's your latest reinvention by one of the greatest of all time. I'm like, God damn it, I hate you, but you're right. Oh, you make me sick. Like, you see how somebody like Edge is doing it, and it seems like it doesn't have the same. It has an impact. It's big. But it's just when Jericho does these reinventions, it just works like pretty much every fucking time. It works he's had like 4 gimmicks in 3 years in one company. And they all worked, every single one of them. From the Painmaker to the little bit of bubbly, Le Champion, to whatever he was at the end of the Inner Circle, to what, the leader of the JAS. It's just like, the dude can do anything. And that shit just blew my mind, because I was really sitting there like, this dude, he did it again. He did it, and he acknowledged that he did it again. Like, yeah, kiss my ass. I could be here for another 10 years, bitch. I got mad ideas. I got a whole book of just gimmick changes, bitch. And at any point, I could pull the trigger. So it's just like, he doesn't wait to get really, really, really stale. As soon as something gets a little bit stale, or, he's not getting the crazy, everybody ain't singing Judas like they was before, as loud as they was before. The song is kind of still. Now he's a heel. Fuck, he is Judas now. Now we got to scream it because the lyrics apply to what he is now. It's just like, chef's kiss for Chris Jericho in that performance by the whole JAS. The saying JAS is stupid, but it's better than saying jazz. I don't want to call him jazz. The Jazz is out here. But yeah, so great shit by them. We had Serena Deeb cut a fire promo. I think she was on some cocaine last night, allegedly. She was a little angry. She was a little fired up, veins popping out her neck, like literally, like it was big, like bulging veins coming out her neck. She clearly hates fucking God damn it, what's Hikaru Shida? She hates her guts. She hates her guts. It's clear. Hikaru don't like her either. Like, I love Hikaru's, like, dude, she kind of look like a mob boss or, you know, like a video game character from Yakuza. You know what I mean? She look like one of them fucking Asian gang members now. So I like that shit. But Serena Deeb looked like a psychopath. And I was just like, yo, stay away from that person. That whatever. Because I think she just got some shots and they did some lab tests on her that they couldn't figure out on some rats. And they was like, let's test it on a human. And there's been an adverse reaction. And she might be a zombie. You might want to lock her ass up. But we have a whole situation out here. Shit. Kids said Daniel Garcia facial expression when he cut that promo. Bro, that shit was amazing. He did an amazing job. Dante Martin was always that look, he's gonna cry. Daniel Garcia, look, he just whooped somebody's ass. That's a good point. That's a very good point. Like, Dante does always look sad. He does. His brother don't have that look though. His brother got a smiling face, but Dante definitely always he always look fucking sad. And yeah, Daniel just looks like that's the light skinned dude you don't want. Just look at his face. I'm gonna stay away from that light skinned brother. He looks like he's dangerous. He looks like he knows all the martial arts. You could look like he's staying like that nigga look like he about to roundhouse somebody right now. Oh man, but yeah, Serena Deeb and Sheeta cut a fire promo. Jade Cargill threatened to kiss some more women. Thank you. Here for it. So see what happens with that. And then we had Red Velvet. She's mad at her former teammate Layla Hirsch, who she's probably gonna lose to on Rampage. So, I like Layla Hirsch. I really like Red Velvet. I think Red Velvet has something. She kind of just reminds me of a bootleg Sasha Banks. And no offense, she's not Sasha Banks. Most people aren't, so it is what it is. But I gave the promos and backstage segments 3.75. I thought the JAS promo was chef's kiss, 5 blunts. Everything else was just like, like the Young Bucks and those guys backstage. It was just like, and Jade didn't really say nothing. Serena Deeb and Sheeta shit was fire. But those two promos were pretty much the only ones worth anything. It wasn't really any more, The initial promo with Keith Lee. One thing I did like is Keith Lee dropped the whole fucking speak like doing poetry all the time. He dropped that shit and he was just like, yo, oh, you mean like last week, like when I dropped you on your head and you cried like a little bitch? Like he just talked like a normal person and he wasn't talking like he was speaking in fucking spoken words. So yes, keep doing that because I was getting nervous because it wasn't working. I'm sorry. Like you got Ricky Starks making fun of his voice and it's just pointing out even more how corny that shit is because nobody talks like that. Word to Simon Miller. Nobody fucking talks like that walking around. I know somebody said no, that's actually I'm like no, that's an exaggerated version of how he actually talks. And if he does talk like that, nigga, damn, man. Like, I ain't gonna say what Vince McMahon said, because goddamn it, that's racist. You know what I mean? But shit, you just sound just too much, man. No one wants to sound like you're reciting spoken word to him at all times. Just be a normal human. And then I thought to myself, I will go get a drink of water. And the water wasn't that good, I tell you. The water was lukewarm. So what I did was, you won't believe this. I went and got some ice cubes from the refrigerator. And Oh, you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I should speed it up, is what you're. Oh, okay. Where you go? Oh, okay. Oh man, I'm sorry, Keith Lee. I had to, man. It's just so funny, man. Doesn't he rap? It was funny, serious at the same time. I want to see Basscaster swerve. I think we're good. We're building to that. That's why he kind of said it. I think we're building to that. I heard one of them say, somebody said, yeah, he's gonna switch a house. I was like, well, he's gonna switch a house. Yeah, I missed something. Yeah, I don't. I ain't all in Swerve's business. I know he raps for real, but I don't know all his bit. Oh shit, I almost banned KGM, man. My bad, dog. They put the fucking ban button right here by the add to broadcast. That's just. I'm glad there's a confirmation fucking button too. Shit, that would be bad. Yeah. I want to see those two rap each other's face off too. But so 3.75, two really really good promos and a bunch of other ones that weren't bad. So let's move on to matches. Because fucking Dynamite. It's like, oh, here's 2 hours of pay-per-view. We're just gonna have commercials this week though. So like, all right, Cole and Red Dragon versus Paige and Jurassic Express. All right, so they could have had that on a pay-per-view very easily. It's probably gonna be better than that match that we saw. The first match that we saw on Dynamite last night is gonna be better than half the matches we see at WrestleMania. I guarantee you. Guaranteed. Like I'll put $20 on it. Who want to bet me that the first match that we saw between Cole and Red Dragon and Jurassic Express and Adam Hangman Page is gonna be better than 50% of the matches? You know what I mean? Or at least 50%. I won't say over 50. At least 50%. It'll be better than 50%. This is just different. It's just different. Like, he's fucking bouncing all over the place. Jungle Boy is a fucking madman. They did a fucking double Doomsday device. It looked disgusting. Adam Hangman Page had the greatest hot tag in the last 50 years that I've seen. No, this shit was crazy though. It's just a fun ass match. Yeah, I know what these 6 dudes have to offer. Luchasaurus doing this giant lucha dinosaur shit. Like, it was just fun, man. If you didn't see it, go watch it. It's definitely worth the watch. Most of the matches on this show were worth the watch. Then we had Regal's Boys. I call them Regal's Boys. They ain't got a name yet. We had Bryan Danielson and John Moxley coming out, Regal on commentary. And they were facing Wheeler Yuta and Trent Beretta. No, Chuck Taylor. Chuck Taylor. And yeah, the match was it was what it was supposed to be. Every time Chuck and Will got a little offense, they tried to do something, looked like they would just get beat the fuck down. It was like they would get a couple licks in on Daniel and he would just start beating them up, and then if they got any of it, tag Moxley and Moxley come in, just start fucking people up. It was a very physical, hard hitting match as to expect. That's what these two are about to be doing. They about to be the bruisers of the tag team division, and that's good because AEW don't really have that type of tag team. So, they're gonna be those guys. Kind of remind me of Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa as a tag team, but better, obviously. The match was what it was. Moxley won with the Bulldog choke, one of my favorite finishers, because it's real. You would lose if someone did that to you. So, after the match, Wheeler Yuta, who they've been bigging up, who they gave the nod to or whatever, he was walking out with the best friends who were all out there, and then he turned around and was like, you know what? Go back and rap to these guys real quick. I might be back. Let me go. So he went over and talked to them, and William Regal smacked the shit out of him, smacked the taste out of his mouth. So I guess that's kind of the initiation. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Crips and Blood. You gotta get jumped in. You know what I mean? So they beat his ass. William smacked him in the face. You know what I mean? That's, obviously, Wheeler Yuta ain't about to touch William Regal because there's 2 bulldogs right there ready to choke him out. No pun intended. It looks like Wheeler Yuta is going to be possibly joining the stable of Bryan Danielson, John Moxley, and William Regal, which is, yes, he fits the bill. He wrestles like they wrestle. It just, everything looks like it hurts. and he took all the shots. He let Daniel kick him in the chest and the head like 15 times in a row. He's like, yeah, give me some more, bitch. I'll take another, more. I was like, oh, he's crazy. Oh, he's crazy. Okay, he fits. Put him with those guys. He doesn't seem like a best friend. So makes sense. Then we had Warlow versus Scorpio Sky for the TNT title. This match, I'll get into storytelling a little bit, but yeah, this match was really good. As far as how everything played out, Scorpio Sky did retain his TNT title due to interference from a whole lot of people. But yeah, so Private Party went up against the Hardy Boys. This is one of my favorite matches of the night because it was kind of like if WWE 2K like had a simulated match between these two teams, and they just said, do all your best shit. It was like the Hardys was like, all right, we got our greatest hits album. Let's just put it on. Press play. They just did all their fucking moves that you know that they do, like everything. Whisper in the Wind. They did everything. They did all the Hardy tag team moves. Private Party was trying to mock them a couple different times during the match and do the same moves that didn't work out. Obviously, they were doing the whole hill thing. I like Private Party being on their own again and doing their own thing. They were kind of one of my favorite tag teams for a couple months at one point. I like their entrance. I like their entrance music. Marquez's hair. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Not my thing, but whatever. But they can wrestle their asses off. They are fun to watch in the ring. So this match was great, man. Hardys still look fucking like they in their 30s. How? I know they got to be like 40-something, right? The Hardys are definitely in their 40s, right? They gotta be, because they were older than me when I was watching them because WrestleMania 7, they were older than me. So they're in their 40s. So they look like they're about 33. So even Matt came out looking like he losing weight, like he had the Chris Jericho diet or whatever, and they look like the Hardy Boys. It's great. Like, if they're going to look like the Hardy Boys and they're not going to be out there moving slow and looking washed, which they absolutely did not, then who's going to say no to having the Hardy Boys around? You know what I mean? It's like one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Top 10, very easily. I think the last match, the only other match, I'm saying that like this wasn't the best match of the night. Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker for the women's AEW Women's Championship. So just imagine the movie Hellraiser. I don't know if that's Pinhead. I don't know. This might be a little too much for you guys. Just imagine Pinhead is torturing you somewhere. And then he has a dozen crazy ladies come in who are all on their periods, and then they just start bleeding all over you, and then he continues to torture you. Was that dark? Was that gross enough? I'm just trying to find something to equate to what I watched in that main event last night, because I don't know if I needed to see that. It was a little too much. It was a little squeamish. I was just trying to make you feel what I felt watching that match. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make you feel what I felt. My feelings were hurt having to watch that match. Too much. I didn't want to see the ladies. I like ladies to be soft and dainty and feminine and oh my God, these bitches crazy. These bitches are so crazy. The most toxic bitches of all time. First of all, shout out to San Antonio. I know we're not. I'm sorry. We'll get into that in a minute. But crowd was fucking crazy. Thunder Rosa came out, full mariachi face paint, sombrero, threw the sombrero in the crowd. Almost didn't make it to the crowd. That would have looked bad. But made it to the front row. We ain't gonna talk about that. She came out full garb. Britt Baker came out, no squad with her, obviously. Yeah. Oh no, she did. Yeah, the squad was out. What am I saying? No squad with her. Of course, she had the squad with her. They were a part of the shenanigans. But yeah. So, the chair spot, guys. There's a lot of chairs. They didn't. You know, I usually like the chairs will like they'll fold or they're spread. Yeah, so there was a top rope situation, and it was like she stacked like 10 chairs. It was like a great house. If you're a 5-year-old, she's your mom. Hey, mom's got it. She could build a clubhouse any day. Saturday, Sunday morning, time to get the pillows and the. Hey, Ma, how should we put this together? Because that shit was amazing. She put it together. It was like a little house of chairs. Got on the top rope and suplex the motherfucker on it, and Britt's back looked like it just snapped in half. Like it was just like poor little back just looked like it broke. I was like, oh no, she's dead. That's not okay. People shouldn't follow. Chairs didn't move. Chairs was like, nah, we good. We'll just stay here. You right though? Probably not. You good? It was bad. No, match hella physical. They beating the shit out of each other. They were both bleeding. I don't remember how they started bleeding. It was just like one started bleeding, and 2 minutes later, the other one was bleeding. It was like, all right, blood. We got blood, ladies and gentlemen. But then, that's when Britt went and got the thumbtacks and flipped me off. I was like, I ain't do nothing to you. Why are you giving me the bird? I've been a big Britt Baker supporter. I ain't do nothing to you. But then she got up and threw the thumbtacks on the ground, obviously. And then she got put through them. But then also she put Thunder Rosa through him. So it was it was blading. It was, obviously it was blading. It was just like, when did it happen? What move did it? You never know sometimes. It's just like, hey, now she's bleeding. I don't know what happened. How it happened, but hey. But yeah, so, she's like put the thumbtacks out. I think she power bombed Thunder Rosa into the thumbtacks. Like the first who went into the thumbtacks first? Britt put him down. I think Thunder Rosa went in. Yeah, Thunder Rosa went into him first because they ain't get her good. They got her like butt and her lower back, but they ain't get her good. She got Britt good. Like she put Britt in him. The worst part about the only bad part about the thumbtacks is when somebody tries to roll you up and pin you on the thumbtacks. Like when she did that to Thunder Rosa, then like it wasn't bad until she tried to like roll her up and pin her. I'm like, bitch, I'm laying on tacks. No, it's thumbtacks. No, bitch. Like don't pin me right here. No, listen. One count, bitch. I'm up. I'm kicked out. Get off me. Get the fuck off. Fuck off me. Oh man. But oh my God, this match was so much fun, man. It was fucking insane. Crazy ass cage match. You never get to see these matches. I'm just happy there wasn't like shenanigans or any crazy shit like that because Britt couldn't have the girls get inside the cage, obviously. So yeah, this shit was fire, man. The crowd. I get into the crowd in a minute. I keep wanting to talk about them because it was fucking lit. So yeah, I gave the matches last night 4.25 because we have a new AEW women's, can we call him heavyweight champion? That might be disrespectful in some sense. Women's champion, Thunder Rosa. Yeah, man, well deserved, and it's good she didn't win it at the pay-per-view. It's much better. For reasons we'll get into 1 second, as I said. But yeah, I'm happy for Thunder Rosa. Well deserved. She did the photo shoot. She just looks so fucking happy. She was crying, and Dustin Rose came out and gave her a hug. He's he's one of her trainers or mentors or whatever. So he came out, gave her a hug. It's just really fucking awesome, man. Like I'm happy for her. She just seems like a dope human being who works really hard, and she's really fucking good. She's way better in the ring than Britt Baker. Britt Baker's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but as a wrestler, Thunder Rosa's better. I just like, are you not gonna get me to not believe that? You know what I mean? It's like Serena Deeb is better. Carl Sheeta's better. Is Ruby Soho's better. Britt Baker has the best. Britt Baker had the best character because Serena Deeb might have the best character in the women's division now. she's a crazy lady, and she's a psychopath, and it's like I just really like Serena Deeb. She might be my favorite wrestler in AEW right now. That was a stretch. I know that was a stretch. That was too far. That was stop it, Layla. It was too far. I'm sorry. So I really like Serena Deeb is what I was trying to say. So 4.25 blunts for matches. Now let's move on to storytelling. There was a lot of stories being told on Dynamite last night. Always a fire show when Dynamite has the stories being put together the way they do. It's not like watching Monday Night Raw where nothing makes sense and we got random 24/7 titles and matches that we've seen 9 weeks in a row. It's a different fucking show. It's like you can't even compare them. It's so stupid because I like both. It's just they're so different. There's no rematches like that on AEW. Like, it's like you literally will see the same match on Raw for 3 months straight every week. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and we still watch it every week. It's the same show, but it's just like, fuck. They'll move 2 stories forward a little bit, and we'll watch for 3 hours just for those 2 stories to move a little bit, and everything else is just the same. It's like, fuck, it's my life. I can't get those hours back. But Keith Lee, the Team Taz shit, that obviously Ricky Starks and Keith Lee are going to end up facing off. So, it's a cool story. I like, where that's going. Young Bucks and Pinnacle. Why do I call them Pinnacle? I smoked way too much weed. I smoked 3 J's before I got on this show. And I dozed off in the barber chair. So, I'm a little woozy right now. What's the, I'm FTR. Damn it. FTR. I like that they're re-sparking that feud because that feud really never got where it should have. As far as the first go round, when FTR first came, because they were kind of doing the 5-on-5 thing and all that shit. So, I'm glad they're revisiting this. Like I said, I'm here for Jade Cargill making out with women, and her manager is very annoying, and he seems like he's a little too excited to see her kiss girls. But I don't blame him. So the whole Red Dragon and AJ and Adam Cole shit, and all that shit. It's all working, man. Everything is working. Even with the Hardy Boys being a tag team again, Thunder Rosa finally winning. It's just so many good stories. Wardlow, we're getting Warlow. That was probably one of the best stories told, because when Warlow was fighting Scorpio Sky, is what we didn't mention. I wanted to say for storytelling, because it was probably the best story of the night. MJF came out, obviously. Well, Sean Spears came out first and caused a distraction by walking very, very slowly down the ramp, as to intimidate Wardlow. Didn't make any sense because he's always been scared of Warlow. So it's like, all right. So he has the chair, but then everybody, that's when MJF came in. The match is still going on. MJF came in and shoved Warlow into the ring apron. I think he hit him with the diamond ring. I don't remember if he punched him in the head with the diamond ring or not, but he helped Scorpio Sky get the roll-up victory on Warlow to retain his TNT title, which should happen. I was happy Scorpio won it, and I did not want him to lose it in a week. That would have been some sucker-ass shit on AEW's part. So this was literally the perfect way to do it. And now you got Warlow, who's going to probably beat up Sean Spears and probably go through some other guys, and then he'll get his match against MJF just like CM Punk did, and they'll do that. And, yeah, and we'll get there, and it'll be great. And MJF does he have to win? Is MJF going to lose another feud? It's complicated. That's what happens when you tell good stories. We have to ask these questions because you just don't know. Regal and the boys, and them recruiting Willie Yuta and all that. I'm becoming a really big fan of that dude. So yeah, I'm a fan of these young dudes in A. They've groomed wrestlers. They've groomed superstars. They're about to make fucking Daniel Garcia and Willard Yuta, and they're about to make these dudes superstars by just putting them with the right OGs, and it's just smart. It's just such good booking. It's such good booking. Such good booking. You have CM Punk and all, the couple baby faces give Warlow the rub. Leave his scrub MJF. You make Warlow seem like a superstar. You have him feuding with somebody who's clearly a superstar, and MJF are on his way to being a superstar. Just pushing. It's like they've groomed so much talent in that company, and they've picked the right people to groom. Joey Janela, sorry, bro. You know what I mean? And I wish you the best, you know what I mean, on the indie circuit or whatever you're doing, you know what I mean? But there's levels to this, man. There's levels to this shit. Like, and they picked the right people to put the big pushes behind, especially when it comes to the younger crop of wrestlers. So you got to give AEW props for what they're doing. They haven't made many missteps. I like to see Lance Archer on TV more. You know what I mean? Like Lance Archer, I feel like he's one of the big guys that, we need to see on TV more. And Miro. But I think Miro's not on TV by choice. I feel like he's just living his best life. Miro's just like, yeah, I'll come back whenever something is perfect or when y'all need me. Otherwise, just send a check. I'm going to chilling with CJ, rubbing on her ass, and yeah, we're going to do TikToks. So I think he's chilling. But yeah, it's just, those couple guys could be on TV more and more prevalent. But as far as everything else, long-term booking, short-term booking, putting on consistently great TV shows and matches, yeah, I gave storytelling 4 blunts because I can't give anything less than that because it was great. Commentary. Commentary was standard commentary. We got an AEO to start the show from Jim Ross. Thank you for that, Jim. Yeah, so phone bill paid. Commentary was cool. We had William Regal on commentary for a little bit while his guys was out there. I gave commentary 4 blunts as well. And the crowd. What would you guys give the crowd last night? Kid Money said they made Warlow look weak. Really? You think so? I think he got jumped, though. He got ganged up on. I don't think he looked that weak. I think he got ganged up on. I don't think he looked that weak. Scorpio Sky ain't that guy, pal. I mean, in the ring, Scorpio is a beast. Like, we're not going to deny that Scorpio is phenomenal in the ring. And his character is good. Like, I like it with Dan Lambert. Dan Lambert is great. Like, we can't deny Dan Lambert is great. He's so annoying. He's extremely annoying. Yeah. Aubrey was counting 3 in attacks. Yeah, she was. That's always painful. It's hard to avoid them when it's that many, though. And you can't smack the mat all soft. You got to do it like it's real. You got to thug it out there, Aubrey. Yeah, there's no question about it. The crowd gets a 5 last night. That crowd was nuts. They did. Willa Yuta got a chant, like a loud one, a really, really loud one. I was like, wait a minute, are they chanting Yuta? What is happening? Do they see who's in the ring with them? Like, that's how you use Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, made fucking men, could retire tomorrow, legends. That's how you use those type of dudes to make a star. That's how you do it. It was so simple. Why can't they do they have to do weird skits in Vince McMahon's office and have Vince staring at his people's butts on their way out the door and having creepy, awkward interactions. It's just, how about we just do this instead? You know what I mean? It's more entertaining. Makes a lot more sense. Just don't understand it. Maybe it's not for me to understand. I don't. It's okay. But yeah. The crowd was fucking nuts. San Antonio, shout out to y'all. Shout out to Thunder Rosa too. She had like 316 on her trunks or something. I think, and yeah, like there was a bunch of like Stone Cold shout outs during the match. She did a fucking stunner. Then she went in the corner and did the sweet chin music wind up for Shawn Michaels. I was like, oh shit. I think she did the sit up, the Undertaker sit up at one point. Like it was just doing everything. I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. She's doing all the greatest hits of the Texas wrestlers. At least the ones we know. JBL did not get a shout out. So neither did Booker T. She ain't do a 5-knuckle shuffle or I'm sorry, a spinneroonie or anything like that. So just the three most popular or most important Texas wrestlers, Undertaker and Stone Cold and HBK. I think she gave all those people shout outs during the match. You know, or maybe she wasn't thinking about that. Maybe it was just an accident. Remember Charles Barkley talking about the women from San Antonio? Yes, I do. It was hilarious. It was all-time great Charles Barkley moment, man. But then, did you see those women from San Antonio post that picture? Like, I bet you hit us. Because, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just depends on where you go. Charles Barkley probably don't be going to the right spots. You know what I mean? But you in Texas, my J, you could probably find some bad joints in Texas. I just came back from Houston, and it's like Planet of the Fat Asses. I don't even know it. I don't. It's not the those BBL. God, those things are so gross. It's like the natural fat asses, or at least they look natural. There's definitely some BBLs. You could tell tiny legs and the fat ass, bitch out here looking like ants. And bitch, why you look like an ant? Oh man, little legs and some big old. Y'all remember Chris Farley, fat guy in a little coat? We're like, fat ass and some little legs. Let's be looking up and down. Texas, man. Texas got them naturally thin Beyonce out there. It's built like Meg Thee Stallion for no reason. You know what I mean? It's just how they built out there. It's in the water. You know what I mean? So you go out to San Antonio, you gonna see some. You know what I mean? You just gotta look in the right spots. That's all. But the crowd was so lit, man. That main event, they was behind Thunder Rosa so crazy. They were literally blowing the roof off the spot. So I had to get a crowd 5 blunts. When she won the title and she's crying and blood's everywhere, like they were losing their minds. The crowd was hype as fuck last night. The final average of the show was a 4.2. That shit was, that's obviously a gold blunt. Sound effects up so damn loud. But yeah, man. So it's Dynamite, man. We're lucky. Thank you, Cody Rhodes. Let's just all thank Cody Rhodes for what we're getting to watch right now. Give that man his flowers. Like on some real shit. Like y'all realize that's the case, right? Y'all realize that we have this option on Wednesdays and Fridays now. Only because of Cody Rhodes. It's literally nobody else. It was nobody. Maybe Dave Meltzer gets a little bit of credit. He gets like 10% because he put the challenge out there. But, I'll give Tony Khan 10% too because he had to have the bag. Somebody had to have the bag. But the idea is 100% from one person. The initiative was taken by 100% one person. There's no way to get around that. You know what I mean? I am 1,000% shocked that he is not still with that company. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. He should probably own part of it. Like, that would have been the first thing I put in the cut. Yeah, I know you're paying for everything, but it's my idea. I want to own part of the company. Like, I'm not working. I'll work for you. Like, obviously, there's levels. There's the boss and all the other positions. But I'm going to own part of this company forever. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no way I'm doing that and I could just walk away from something that I created like that. There's no way. Like, he's like, going to WWE is not gonna do. I want what I made. Like he did. I don't know, man. It's like wrestling on weed. Me building the channel up, we get 100,000 subscribers, and then I sell the channel to some new YouTuber that wants to, I'm like, nah, man. I worked my ass off to, how many times we had 5 people. Years we had 5 people in the chat. Like now we got thousands of people in the chat. I'm supposed to just be like, oh, let me just get rid of it. And it's just, I couldn't let it go that easily. You know what I mean? Like, so. He's a different guy, though, so maybe he did what was best for him and his family. So 4.2 for AEW Dynamite this week. Go blunt. You know what I mean? I'm about to set up the stream to play some WWE 2K. So you guys can log back on in a minute. If you want to watch me play the game, we will be doing it on this channel. Yeah, man, this game is so fire. I wish that I had more time to play it. Like, I'm playing the My Rise thing. I made my character. My character's fire. Wait till you see my character. But my character's fire. He's about to face somebody somebody got the, I think it's Tommaso Ciampa. Somebody got the U.S. title. So I'm about to win the U.S. title from Tommaso Ciampa. Become, first-time champion in WWE. So, yeah. So what's a Gruss? Yeah, them Jaguars, definitely got to thank them for the bag. OG Khan, Daddy Khan, and all his Jacksonville Jaguars money. I think he owes, it's not all Jacksonville Jaguars money. I think he owes like a soccer team and some other franchises, if I'm not mistaken. I think he owns a couple teams. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he owns a few sports teams. So wrestling on weed to Gruss. Oh, man. You see, if y'all didn't notice, we did change the channel name. The channel name is now dedicated to you guys, and dedicated to helping the algorithm. If I'm 100% honest, because I think that having the channel be named Wrestling on Weed is keeping YouTube from doing what it's supposed to do as far as the algorithm is concerned. And our goal is to grow the channel. So we took weed out of the channel name, even though the channel is still Wrestling on Weed. Do not mistake it. The banner, logo, not changing. Nothing else changing. But the YouTube name is now Wow Nation. The new website will be, new URL will be wownation.com. Yeah, just trying to, business moves, man. Business moves. That's all. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. Click the link. Same as usual. Let's like the 4th rebranding. We're the Chris Jericho of wrestling shows. That's all you need to know. It's literally like the 4th or 5th rebrand that we've done. We ain't even been around that long. We've probably done the same amount of rebrands as Chris Jericho's done since he's been in AEW, and maybe more. So, you know what I mean? I think we deserve some props for that. And I appreciate y'all motherfuckers always sticking with us, because some people would be like, yo, these motherfuckers confused. They don't know what the fuck they want to do. They don't know what they want their channel to be. The truth is, we don't, or I don't. It's my channel, and I need to always, but it's all, as you're doing these things, you learn and you grow and you figure out new ideas. You try different things. That's all we're doing. Obviously, the blunt ratings ain't going nowhere. The format of this show is perfect. It's original. Nobody does it like this. If you ever see anybody doing it like this, call them out. Tell them they're a fucking thief. Period. You know what I mean? So the blunt ratings ain't going nowhere. And, everything else surrounding the blunt ratings and the news shows, we're trying to figure out, because the thing I miss the most, is I keep telling y'all, is the podcast. I just want to talk about random wrestling shit. Like, I want to talk about Dark Side of the Rings and theme songs and entrances and ring gear and old school stuff. I want to talk, that shit was the fun shit to talk about. That's how the channel started for like the first year and a half. So I want to get back to doing that type of stuff. And we want to start doing some interviews. But we're just figuring shit out as we go, man. So appreciate KJM and Gruss always being in here, man, making this shit what it is, honestly. And hopefully we can get these numbers up soon enough. Yeah, we definitely have turned more than the Big Show. But hey, man, as long as they work. Two-Face being CM Punk hater is not helping. I mean, maybe that's what's. I think that's what's hurting the channel the most. I think that Two Face's hate for CM Punk is what's blocking us, is blocking our blessings from God above, who created CM Punk and who is CM Punk's biggest fan. So I don't think God likes ugly, and Two Face has been the ugliest towards CM Punk that we've seen ever in history. So I'm just gonna leave that there. Log back on in about I don't know, about 20, 30 minutes. I'm gonna get some food, and then I'm gonna start playing 2K. If y'all here, I see y'all in a minute. Until then, deuces.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on We, and thanks for watching.